For years, I mean, we've worked with Habitat for Humanity building safe and affordable housing in the U.S. and around the world so that everyone has a decent place to live. So my question focuses on how this administration is working on the housing challenge. So throughout the pandemic, we were told that staying in our homes was the first line of defense to keep our families and communities safe and healthy. But what about those who didn't have safe or decent housing or were in overcrowded living spaces? What is this administration, what have you learned through the pandemic about the importance of housing and what can be done to support it?
It's been a huge issue during the pandemic, as you both well know, given all of the important work that you do. And, there's a number of steps we've taken as an administration. We've, of course, supported and put in place an eviction moratorium that has allowed many people to stay in their homes. At the end of April, there were over 6 million renters who had not paid back rent, according to the U.S. Census, making them more at risk of eviction, which really tells you how widespread this challenge was, as you both know. But across the country. And, the pandemic, we focused a lot on the health component of this, but this is a dual crisis. This is also an economic crisis and one that was impacting people who were having a challenging time staying in their houses, of course, being able to buy houses, but even stay in their homes they were renting. So that's an area we supported. A total of $45 billion in rental assistance has been made available to Americans, including $21.5 billion in the American Rescue Plan. And so that's something that we have gotten out there into communities just even over the last couple of months. But what you also know is that, we also need to think about how we are addressing additional challenges like supply chain issues. And that's one of the areas we've been focused on because, as you all know, there are shortages of lumber and construction tools, and that's impacting the number of new homes that communities are able to build, which is impacting the prices of homes that have been around for a while. So we also have a supply chain review that's been underway, and we want to use many levers in the federal government to help address those shortages and see what we can do to address it. And then the third thing I would say is we really want to think about the opportunity we have moving forward to invest in industries, invest in retrofitting homes, invest in ways that we can kind of modernize how we think about construction and housing opportunities in the future. So it's definitely on our minds, and making sure we are enabling families to put food on the table, to stay in their homes during this still difficult time. Good jobs numbers, still 7 million people are out of work, is very front and center for the president and this entire administration. Mm-hmm.